Next on Cal High Sports Bay Area, section titles are crowned in basketball and soccer all around the Bay Area. We'll have basketball final games from the NCS with Bishop O'Dowd and Monroe Catholic, from the CCS with Sarah and St. Francis, and from both the Oakland and San Francisco sections.
Title games from girls basketball with Pinewood meeting Sacred Heart Cathedral. We have CCS soccer finals with Mount Pleasant taking on Leland, and the story of the Richmond soccer team and why their section title meant so much. It's all on Cal High Sports Bay Area, and it starts right now.
Welcome to Cal High Sports Bay Area here at the Silver Creek Sportsplex. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Marissa Levis. We start this week in the CCS where the finals in basketball were played on Friday and Saturday. The Division II final featuring the 6th-seeded Los Altos Eagles, who made school history this week, advancing to their first ever finals game. Sharpshooting Dan Rosenbaum really helping out Los Altos.
That's right. The Eagles, though, meeting my alma mater, the one-seeded Leland Chargers on Saturday. The Chargers have an outstanding scorer of their own in junior James Kelbert. The Chargers seeking a section title in the game played on Saturday.
Los Altos looking to avenge a 17-point loss to Leland from earlier in the season. First half, Nick Murtha grabs his own rebound out to Justin Wong, who swings it to James Kelbert. Ring it up. Kelbert finished with 24 points on the night. Later, it's Anthony Lynn on Luke Rohr, and you can hear him roar. Leland would build a 15-point lead, and so the comeback begins. Thomas Keller for three, and then it's our good friend Dan Rosenbaum off the dribble. Swish! Los Altos down 2 after 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, a three by Wong would give Leland a 7-point lead, but Rosenbaum willed his team back into this one. He drives hard to the lane, bucket, and the foul. Then under 10 seconds to go, Rosenbaum takes it hard to the rim again, and he would finish. That ties the game, and we head to overtime. In the overtime, off the Rosenbaum miss, it's Patrick McCall with the putback, and that would do it. Los Altos pulls off the comeback. They win 63-59, capturing their first ever CCS boys basketball title in school history.
The Berkeley Yellow Jackets in a dancing mood as they get ready to take on Monte Vista. Get used to seeing this. The ball goes inside to the Mustangs' Wilson Lachelles, who scores early. But the Jackets keep it close through most of the first half. Zach Copeland hitting for three right there. And then Casey Roquemore open in the corner, and Casey nails a three of his own. But when the Mustangs needed a bucket, they controlled the paint, this time into Spencer Lachelles, who lays it home. And now the Stangs moving it around. Spencer gets it inside to Wilson, who could not be stopped. The Stangs start to pull away just before the half, and again it's Wilson Lachelles catching and firing. A terrific shot there. One more time, it's Lachelles cutting into the lane and firing quickly for two more of his game-high 25 points. Second half, and Monte Vista stays in control. Corey Jackson for three, and Monte Vista advances to the title game to meet De La Salle. Highlights of that game coming up later on in the show.
Girls Sports Highlights is presented by Stevens Creek Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealership in Northern California. Stevens Creek Toyota San Jose. It's where the deals are.
The Lee Longhorns riding a 4th seed to take on second-seeded Mitty in the CCS D2 final. Early on, the Longhorns attacking. It's Avery Canella. A terrific pass ahead to Ashley Wallace, who calmly controls the pass and left foots at home 1-0 lead. Late the first half now, and Mitty lost one into the box, and it was that kind of a game. That's a yellow card, and keeper Becca Pangburn was okay. Moments later, Mitty attacking again as Christina Sola with a great shot just under the crossbar, and we're tied at 1-1 at the half. Mitty comes up, fired up in the second. Early moments, and it's Sola again. This time the PK is good, and now Sola crossing to Amy Apostle, running on to this one and firing at home. Mitty with 3 goals in just over 4 minutes to start the second. The Longhorns get one back on a PK, but this was a killer. Fullback Alaris Gonzalez sends this one from 50 yards out, and it's perfectly under the crossbar, and Mitty wins the section title. 5-2, the final 2 goals in the match for senior forward Christina Sola. 5-2, the Monarchs are the champions.
The Los Gatos girls basketball team ended their season earlier this week, but it was a remarkable season.
Yeah, they had a great season. The girls were led by head coach Sammy Palisto, who won a Scholar Athlete Award from our show a few years back. They met our Jack Washer to talk about their season at the Rikes Center earlier this week.
We're at the Rikers Center here on Edison Way in Menlo Park, the Rikers Center, where goals are achieved. We're here with the Los Gatos girls basketball team. Had a fantastic year this year, and we're going to get to know them a little bit better. We're here with one of the seniors, Brittany Cook. Brittany, talk about what you learned from this team this year.
We learned that we're a big family and we can get through any obstacle that gets thrown at us, and we know how to just go with the punches and work as hard as we can to win every game possible, and no matter how hard or difficult or how tired we are, we push through it.
In the middle, we have Ashley and Quirk. You learned a lot about this team in your 4 years at Los Gatos. What's your favorite part about this team?
I love that it's a family type of team. We all love each other. We have some hard times, but we get through it.
And on to the final two seniors on this team, two Hannahs, believe it or not. First, Hannah Krulevich. Hannah, as a senior, you're responsible for leading this team. So how would you assess how the seniors did this year?
I think we did pretty good. We're all pretty close on and off the court, so we were able to come together and kind of have one common goal for how we wanted the season to go. And I think that had an impact on how effective we were able to lead the team.
And Hannah Hastings, on that same topic of leadership, how do you feel the girls, that you're passing on the reins to the juniors and the sophomores now? How do you feel they're prepared for next year?
Next year I see this team going just as far, if not farther. What I like about us is that we know we're a family and we play for each other. And, we're willing to push through anything to get where we want to be, and I see this team going very far next year.
There you have it, one big, happy family. That's going to do it from us at the Rikers Center. Seniors, best of luck in the future. And ladies, for one last time, the floor is yours.
Cats on three. 1, 2, 3. Cats!
The Players of the Week are brought to us each week in a wrap produced by the talented folks at the Rikers Center.
Here they are, this week's Players of the Week.
Y'all ready now? Let's go. Edison Escobar has become a star. D2 championship, that's only the start. He scored 3 goals, now that's a hat trick. For the window, now that's an athlete. So fast, no need for spoilers. Number 10 for the big bad Richmond Oilers. Enough petroleum to keep gassing their own emission, like Bush's administration blowing up the opposition. If you are a non-believer, predestination or fate, Destiny Graham will restore your foundational faith. She gets more rebounds than Kanye West. I ain't talking about King KDG, he's killing the glass. 20 boards, she's hurting some feelings. Arizona bound, 13 points for the Phenom. Number 4, Eastside College Brat Panthers. With the roar, she will shake your epicenter.
Your orthopedic specialists bring us great advice on how to stay healthy while you play sports. Here's Dr. Matthew Pesci with this week's tip.
Hi, I'm Sam Savini from Mitty High School. I have a question for Dr. Pesci. Are ECGs necessary for a student who plays sports?
An ECG is a test which measures the electrical activity of your heart. This test can be used to screen for conditions which can cause sudden death, even in seemingly healthy athletes. There has been much research and debate over the past 5 years as to whether this test should be included as part of the annual pre-participation screening. So while an ECG is not necessary or universally recommended, it can be one of the most sensitive tests to diagnose silent heart conditions and should be strongly considered by any medical providers who perform pre-participation examinations.
Coming up, 2 of the Bay Area's very best teams go at it for an NCS title. It's Bishop O'Dowd and Moreau Catholic.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. And why all the tears from the Richmond soccer team after their NCS title? We'll find out when Cal High Sports Bay Area continues.
I'm a random windstorm. Shaky, 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 shaky. Shaky, shaky. And if you got cut rate insurance, you could be picking up this tab yourself. So get Allstate. You could save some cash and be better protected from mayhem like me.
In Santa Clara, call me Les Adler.
In South San Jose, call me Mustafa Güllerolu.
In Millbrae, contact Matt Schlickoff Insurance.
Did you post it?
Done.
How many people are coming?
Lots.
Yeah.
Got it. Done.
Done. Sending you some money.
Thank you.
Done.
You like a lunch bag? Here you go, man.
Thank you.
Done. On your phone, online, on the go. Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
Strike up the band. Stevens Creek Toyota is ready for another all-star season. We're your home for everything Toyota in the South Bay. Experience Toyota Express service in our beautiful new facility. Fast in, fast out service. We have deals to beat the band on Corolla, Sienna, and America's favorite hybrid, Prius. It's a performance you don't want to miss. Now it's Stevens Creek Toyota in San Jose. Visit us online at StevensCreekToyota.com.
We're back at the DGDG.com studio here at the Silver Creek Sportsplex with the NCS Division III title game featuring two of our top 5 teams, Bishop O'Dowd and Moreau Catholic. The Dragons led by feisty point guard Paris Austin, who we met a few weeks back.
Yeah, terrific guy. The Mariners have lots of talent, including the high-flying Oscar Freyer, who averages 17 points and 8 rebounds a game. It's our Togo's NCS Monster game. Our Taylor Lambert was there.
Welcome to St. Mary's College side of the NCS Division III championship game between the number 1 seeded Bishop O'Dowd Dragons and number 2 Moreau Catholic. It's one of the big games this year in the Bay Area in basketball, and we are here right now. We'll start off with Bishop O'Dowd. They're led by Ivan Rabb in the middle, a top 5 ranked player in the nation. Paris Austin at point guard is the engine that makes it go, and Lou Ritchie steers the ship for the Dragons. Moreau Catholic, meanwhile, they have a ton of talent all up and down the lineup. A lot of sophomores and juniors standouts, but it's Oscar Freyer standing at 6'6", absolute stud, going to Cal Berkeley, but he's only a junior, and Frank Knight leads the Mariners. It's a huge game. Let's get right to it. It's a monster game.
And we go straight to game action. Bishop O'Dowd's Isaiah Thomas inside dunk. BOD with the size advantage. And how do you beat height? How about a Damari Milstead floater? Floaters always beat the height. Damari, a great player for Moreau. But Paris Austin, another great player, our day in the life subject this year. 4-point play. Impressive young man. 13-9 Bishop O'Dowd. Paris now on the break. Up to Ivan Rabb and the reverse dunk. Ivan Rabb making his mark early. Second quarter now. Oscar Freyer going to Cal. Where does they want to make him a 2? That looks good. Looks like a 2-guard right there. Oscar Freyer again on the break. Another dunk. Freyer playing steady early. 39-38 BOD going into half. Second half, and Oscar Freyer can still jump. Damari Milstead to Freyer on the oop. Massive dunk. Off the miss now for the Dragons. It's Ivan Rabb with a tip in. 55-46 BOD. Ivan again on the break. Another reverse dunk for him. He's imposing his will. 59-46. O'Dowd trying to run away, but Joel Ison says no. 3 is good. 61-50 BOD. Another Ivan dunk. Pass from Austin Walker, who had a nice game. 63-50, but it wouldn't get much closer than that. 70-61 final. Bishop O'Dowd. Great game between two great teams. Ivan Rabb, 23 points. Paris Austin, 20. Dragons add another title to the case.
Well, it makes it easy when you got all your teammates here who can finish, run the basket. I'm just trying to create for them, and they help me out a lot. So I just try to return the favor.
I just see us playing hard every game, playing as a team, and just getting the state championship. I believe this year we have a really good team and we can win it. Oh yeah, you know, NCS, we've been winning for a couple of years straight. I just got to give it to my teammates and my coaches, all this hard work.
In Moraga with the Togo's Monster Game, I'm Taylor Lambert, Cal High Sports Bay Area.
The Lancers' Adriana Frazier getting introduced before taking on presentation in the CCS Division II title game. We start off with the Panthers. Sharon Roldan over to Maeve Kavanaugh. She hits nothing but net to tie it up at 4-piece early. The Lancers answer Genesis Merriman down low to Kiana Tom, and SF is up 2. St. Francis heating up. Daisha Abdelkader finds Tom on the perimeter for the long 3, 15-13 Lancers. Third quarter, you could not stop St. Francis. Tom to Adriana Frazier. Frazier swings it to Abdelkader. Abdelkader lays it in, and SF is up 31-18. Abdelkader really taking off for the Lancers. Genesis Merriman sees Abdelkader down court. She makes a great pass for the assist. Daisha finishes what Merriman started, and St. Francis is up 15. Presentation kept fighting in the fourth. Akembi Namba knocks down the long-range shot, but there was no stopping the Lancers. Adriana Frazier, she works it down low, and St. Francis wins the CCS Division II title 58-46 behind Genesis Merriman, 17 points.
The CCS Boys D2 title game featuring top-ranked Mount Pleasant and second-seeded Leland. First half, and it's the Cardinals getting on the board as a steal by Javier Leon leads to a pass by Andres Nunez, who finds Albert Munante, who one-times it in. 1-0 Mount Pleasant Cardinals. Leland would charge back, though, as Gannon Eberly sends it into the box, and John Shee would wrestle it away from a defender and send it across to Trevor Sashaki, who rolls it by the keeper, and we're tied at 1-1. The Chargers would not stop there, as again it's Eberly in the corner. This time he sends it all the way through to the foot of Ali Kutmira, who taps it in, and it's 2-1 Leland. Second half, and Mount Pleasant is looking for the equalizer as Leon sends it in for Munante, who lines it up and strikes it into the cage for his second goal of the game to tie it at 2-2. No PKs in the CCS championship game, so both teams are declared champions after a scoreless overtime. 2-2 the final. Leland and Mount Pleasant are champions.
Each week, we bring you stories of athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Marissa, this week we go to Richmond High School, where the Oilers won a section title last week, but the amazing show of emotion after the game is what caught our attention. We went back to Richmond to find out why. The Richmond soccer team chanting "Vamos, vamos, aceiteros" before their NCS championship game. The chant means let's go Oilers. This chant in Spanish matches the culture of this team and this school. Soccer is king in this town with a rough reputation of violence and poverty, but this soccer team is working to change that. The team has an overall 3.35 GPA.
We sometimes battle with money. My parents sometimes have trouble getting the money they need, to put food on the table. But every time I come to school, I just keep that in mind, and I try to do my best all the time.
All of our seniors, as far as I know at this point, are going to 4-year school. Compared to none, in our first teams. It's great. To win this, it feels really good. But having kids actually have choices after Richmond High is much more important.
So this game is symbolic of academic success as well as success on the field. The game starts out as rough as the Richmond reputation. San Lorenzo scores a goal just 15 minutes in.
There was a large crowd. It was the first time that we play home for a final, and so for kids it's kind of difficult.
I knew that Richmond High was not going to go under, but unfortunately we went under the scoreboard first, but we knew that we had this game. Mentally we went strong.
Richmond High School is working hard at changing its image. The school has become a model of success for underprivileged students. Police say it is now one of the safest in the East Bay. Just like their school, the team begins to see success. A goal by star forward Addison Escobar evens the score at the half. Escobar saluting his teammates who are his brothers.
Expectations, we've been waiting for 21 years. Soccer is a big part of the culture in the not only at school but in the city. We had a lot of really good players, really good teams that didn't get through for 21 years.
With the pride of a city and a school riding on their shoulders, this group of student athletes pushes forward. Despite no call on a player dragged down in the box, Escobar perseveres, his first effort blocked, but not the second, as Richmond takes the lead. The team is playing for itself, its city, and maybe most of all for its coach. Rene Silas has built this team over 14 years at Richmond, the little Frenchman mentoring his side of Spanish-speaking student athletes.
He means a lot because he has taught us a lot of things, like how to be humble and some life skills.
We help him with his Spanish, and he helps us with a little bit of French, so it goes both ways.
The Oilers get one more late in the game on a foul and subsequent Escobar penalty kick, completing the hat trick and bringing uncontrollable joy for Los Aceiteros. 21 years of futility pouring out in the emotions of these players. Everyone gets a hug. The coach hugs two at a time. The players sobbing uncontrollably with the joy of a championship 21 years in the making. 2 days later, the team is honored at Richmond High School. Escobar speaks to the lunchtime crowd, the boys proud of their championship plaque and banner. And one last time, Los Aceiteros form a circle to perform their cheer. Vamos, vamos, Aceiteros, the pride of a team, a school, and a city growing over the years to become champions. It's really one of the great feel-good stories I've covered on this show. To have these young men succeed in school and on the field under very tough circumstances is really awesome.
And lots of happy tears?
Yes, tears of joy.
Absolutely. Each week we bring you the Wingstop Coach of the Week award, the winning coach to receive dinner at your local Wingstop restaurant. Wingstop, for people who demand flavor in everything they do. We're going to give a lot of attention to the Richmond soccer team tonight. This week's Coach of the Week is Renee Silas from Richmond.
The little Frenchman does great work at Richmond, helping his athletes become better on the field, in the classroom, and in their community. Renee Silas, this week's Wingstop Coach of the Week.
Coming up, it's the NCS D1 title game as Monte Vista takes on league rival De La Salle.
But first, here is our Allstate Insurance Top 10 Girls Basketball Poll.
Yeah, I didn't really, it didn't click why it happened first, and then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, well, I was running on treadmills with Phil a month before season, so it helps. I improved my sprints by 5 seconds, and then I was always kind of mid-pack on my team, and then once I came here, I noticed that I was really beating people up and down the court. One day we would come in and we'd do leg strength and work on agility and stuff, and then the other days we would run on the treadmills and work on speed. If you want to be the best at what you do, you have to put your time in, and there's no better place to do it than here.
Looking for a way to be active and have fun? Learn to play hockey for free at Silver Creek Sportsplex. Beginner programs for children, teens, and adults make it easy to get started. We'll teach you how to skate, hold a stick, handle the puck, and play the game. And yes, it's free. We even lend you all the gear at no charge. It's a ton of fun and a great workout too. At Silver Creek Sportsplex, your destination for sports, fitness, and fun for the whole family.
We are the El Cerrito Gauchos! And we are High Sports!
Back at the Sportsplex with the NCS D1 title game featuring league rivals De La Salle and Monte Vista. We saw the Mustangs earlier in the show as they got past Berkeley to make it to the final game.
Yes, the Stangs finished the league season tied with De La Salle for first in the tough East Bay League. The two teams meeting once again Friday night with the section title on the line.
The Monte Vista boys ready to work hard to see if they can get that D1 title. Joseph Molesky finds Stefan Mitty, who reins in the three. I have a feeling we'll see more of Mitty later. Second quarter off the loose scramble, it's Justin Anderson finding a wide open Wilson Lachelles for two. Spartans hanging in there. Vince Romeo knocking down the trifecta. 2-point Monte Vista lead at the half. Then Stefan Mitty would catch fire in the third. The dude simply couldn't miss no matter what the defense was. Stefan Mitty nailing shot after shot after shot, most of them from long distance. He even gets this one. It's a 3-and-1 for Mitty. He was outstanding. But De La Salle wouldn't bite. Romeo finds J.J. Portis for three. Close game into the fourth. Less than 2 minutes to go. Romeo knocks down another three to get the Spartans to within 2 points. But Monte Vista would prevail in this one as De La Salle missed some late free throws, and the Mustangs celebrate with the Stang Mob claiming the NCS Division I title. Stefan Mitty was the player of the game. 36 points on 8 3-pointers. Monte Vista, your NCS Division I champion, 50-49 was the final score.
CCS D1 girls soccer between Mountain View and Palo Alto. First half, Isabel de Armas gets behind the defense and rockets one home to put the Spartans up 1-0. And just moments later, Morgan Matthews, check it out, roofs it up while sliding into the ground, and it is 2-0 Mountain View. Second half now, J.C. Pedersen's shot doesn't go, but Allison Liu puts home the rebound, and the lead is cut in half. But Mountain View responds with the goal by Yisa Baliu to make it 3-1. Palo Alto still fighting. Scramble in the box, and Liu puts it home for her second goal, but it wouldn't be enough, and Mountain View wins the CCS D1 title with a 3-2 win. Congratulations, Spartans.
The Tutoring Club is here each week with great advice on how to improve your grades so you can get to the college of your choice. Here's Mike Flynn to answer the question, did you know?
Hi, I'm Mike Flynn, owner of the Tutoring Club.
and this is this week's Did You Know? Did you know that even A students struggle on the ACT and SAT? It's true. If you're brilliant but slow, these tests will be hard for you. Because colleges look for SAT and GPA, if you're someone who struggles on these tests, you're going to need to raise that score. If you need help with your test scores or any of your other academic needs, go to tutoringclub.com, search for a location near you. We'll be happy to help.
Coming up, the CCS Open Division title for the girls. We'll see Pinewood and Sacred Heart Cathedral next.
And Sarah and St. Francis face off in the CCS Open Division final when we come back.
No way. Barb, this has got to be a mistake. The Benson kid on the honor roll? I had him in class last year. The kid barely passed.
No, that's right. He's one of my math whiz kids.
No way.
His parents sent him to tutoring club over the summer.
Huh?
Smart kid.
Smart parents.
It's not your fault your child is falling behind, but it is your call. Call Tutoring Club today. A class above, guaranteed.
Imagine a workplace that supports creativity and collaboration, a hospital that nurtures and promotes healing, a classroom that encourages active learning. Imagine one workplace. Furniture, architectural products, technology, and design. One workplace, we make it possible.
Order online at Wingstop.com and get that flavor you crave. Wingstop. Get at it.
From the world's playgrounds to its largest stadiums, soccer is loved by millions. It's a game steeped in tradition from Europe to South America all the way to San Jose, where the Quakes have won 2 MLS Cups and 2 Supporters Shields. And now, with 40 years of tradition on their side, the Quakes will have a true home of their own. Our new stadium opens in 2015. Reserve your seats at sjearthquakes.com.
Cal High Sports Bay Area is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Wells Fargo, proud sponsor of the Game of the Week. By the Rika Center, where goals and dreams become reality. By Mirror Orthopedic Specialists, providing leading-edge care to athletes of all ages. By Tutoring Club, expert tutoring and test prep for all ages. By Stevens Creek Toyota, the #1 dealership in Northern California. Stevens Creek Toyota, it's where the deals are. And by Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate.
In San Mateo, call me, Michael Glazer.
In San Leandro, call us at Agency Insurance Services.
Back at the Sportsplex with the Game of the Week. This week, it's the CCS Open Division title game featuring the girls from Pinewood taking on Sacred Heart Cathedral. The #2 seeded Pinewood was expected to be there, but not so much for the Irish.
That's right. The Sacred Heart girls were the 5th seed and had to upset their arch rival St. Ignatius to make the final game on Friday night.
The Fighting Irish's Kayla Caloyan and the Panthers' Gabby Bade getting introduced at the start of the CCS Open Division Final. We start, of course, in the first quarter. Marissa Hing drives her way into the paint for the hoop and the harm. Pinewood cuts the deficit to 3, and Pinewood would take the lead into the second quarter, but the Irish hung with the Panthers. Kayla Caloyan knocks down the J, and it's 16-13 Pinewood. Check out this hustle play by the Panthers. Chloe Eccles finds teammate Gabby Bade on the perimeter. Gabby hits from downtown and manages to draw the foul for the 4-point play to give her squad a 7-point lead. Going into the half, Pinewood kept momentum on their side. Akayla Haxton dishes it to Stella Kailahi for the easy 2, but after intermission, SHC came out with a huge burst of energy. Gabrielle Vigil capitalizing on the second chance opportunity for the Irish to pull back within 6 early in the third. SHC within 2. Caloyan intercepts the ball and connects with Kaimani Perez. She knocks down the floater, and we're all squared up at 32. And then it was time for Amari Davis to take over. She fights just the way the Fighting Irish do. She stays with the ball and gets the deuce to give the Irish a 2-point lead. Trading scores late, Pinewood back up by 2 and looking for some insurance. Hang on the assist to Chloe Eccles, and it's 40-36 Panthers. 1:40 left, tied at 45. Chloe Eccles knocks down the much-needed free throw to give the Panthers a 46-45 lead, and then with just 5 seconds left, Amari Thomas at the line. She knocks down both free throws to put SHC up 48-46, and that's the way it would end. Sacred Heart Cathedral, the Open Division champs. I caught up with the Irish after the game.
They're your CCS Open Division champs. Let's get to know the Sacred Heart Cathedral Fightin' Irish. Big game for you guys, a lot on the line. You seem to come out with a different energy in that second half. What was said during halftime?
In the locker room, our coach told us it's on us, and we weren't playing with a lot of energy in the beginning, and we just picked it up because we wanted this W.
And how nervous were you guys before the game coming into this?
I wouldn't say we were nervous because we've been in this position before, so we were ready.
And Amari Thomas, 22 points, huge game for you. You stepped up really late in the game for this team. What was working so well for you out there today?
We knew that they were a little weak in the post, so my teammates just kept giving me the ball, and I just had to go to work and put it in.
And how have you seen this team really come together this season?
We've grown closer over the season. At the beginning, we were a little shaky, but now we just one big family.
Yes, and Ashanti Coleman is headed to Arizona next year, but before you go there, you have some unfinished business. NorCal's next week. How has being in the CCS Open Division really prepared you for a NorCal run?
It's prepared us a lot because we faced all the teams that will be out in Open Division in the preseason, so we're prepared for it.
That does it for us here at Santa Clara University. Fightin' Irish, take us out with a cheer.
Ashanti, 1, 2, 3,
To the Irish boys now, the number 1 seed against the 8-seeded Sacred Heart Prep Gators in the D3 title game. Sacred Heart Cathedral wasting no time finding the back of the net with just 5 minutes into this one. Maceo Inocencio with a great ball to Ali Aldris, who sends this one past the diving keeper, bouncing it right over the outstretched arm. And just like that, the Irish have a 1-0 lead. The Irish going back to work. Aldris to Spencer Johnson. He gets a great look at it, but Zach Hare makes a terrific diving stop, keeping it at a 1-goal deficit. SHC on the attack again. Darian Martinez pushes it ahead to Michael Gordon, and it's just Gordon versus Hare, and Gordon sends a great ball on goal, but Hare will haul it in. Still 1-0 Irish. Final moments of the game. SHP trying desperately to tie this one up, but this one is not going to do it. Alejandro Leon is there to make the save, and Sacred Heart Cathedral wins the D3 title, 1-0 the final. It's the second crown in 4 years for the Irish, Andres with the lone goal.
Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award each week, part of their effort to encourage more people to volunteer in their communities.
This week's Volunteer Award goes to Eilina Ray from Presentation High School. When the senior captain isn't playing midfielder for the Panthers, she spends a lot of her free time volunteering at the Sacred Heart Community Center. Eilina sorts and distributes canned goods to the homeless and less fortunate. Eilina also participated in the San Jose Urban Plunge, where she acted homeless for a day and experienced the struggles homeless people go through on a daily basis. Eilina explains why she really likes getting involved and helping others.
Coming from a school, a Catholic high school, you really have a heart for helping a lot of people, and Presentation does not require community service, but the community here really impacts you in a way to help others, and so it impacted me on helping just multiple people because it makes me feel good about myself and makes me feel good that I'm helping the community.
Coming up, the title game in the City League, it's Washington and Mission next.
And the semifinal matchup between Sarah and Mitty, this one was a thriller, and we have the highlights next.
Cal High Sports Bay Area is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. Silver Creek Sportsplex, the Bay Area's premier sports and fitness destination. By Lexus of Stevens Creek. Lexus of Stevens Creek is once again sponsoring this year's Volunteer Scholarship. 5 scholarships with a total of $10,000 will be handed out at the annual Cal High Sports Banquet. By Albany's Construction. No job too big or too small, we just get it done. By Calpine. Calpine is proud to sponsor Cal High Sports Bay Area. Calpine, a generation ahead today. And by Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate.
In Morgan Hill, contact me, Maureen Harris.
In San Jose, Santa Cruz, and Milpitas, call me, Robert Verich.
Back at the Silver Creek Sportsplex with action from the City League, where Washington and Mission made it to the final game. The Bears from Mission scoring 93 points in the semifinal game after going 13-1 in league play.
But that one loss came at the hands of the Washington Eagles, who were looking to topple the Bears one more time in the title game Friday night.
The Eagles and Bears getting rowdy before the start of the San Francisco section title game. Bears rolling early. Joji Kuratani with the steal and taking it the other way for the lay-in as Mission takes a 20-16 lead. The Eagles answering, it's the 6'8 big fella Ernest Moore getting the rebound and the putback, tying it at 20. The Bears staying hot. Jeff Branner kicks it out to Frank Hall, who swings it to Naomi Harris, and Harris will knock down the 3-ball, pushing the lead to 12. More Mission. Anthony Porter looking so smooth, taking it to the hoop with the up and under finish, 52-41 Bears. Back come the Eagles. Armani Hall taking it coast to coast, going behind the back and flashing it home as Armani cuts the deficit down to just 10. With about a minute left to play, the Eagles still rallying. Azam Bakhtan taking it hard baseline and getting it to drop, making it just an 8-point game, but the Bears will hang tough. Great defense by Porter, getting a hand on it, then falling to the ground, but getting back to his feet and taking it the other way for the lay-in as the Mission Bears hold on and win with a final of 92-88, claiming the San Francisco section title.
West Catholic League Player of the Year Ben Konay getting introduced in the CCS Open Division semifinal against Sarah. Monarchs came out with energy. Sam Sarah over to Cameron Korb. Korb drives into the paint for the hoop and the harm to give Mitty a 10-2 advantage. Sarah with another assist, this time to big man Ben Konay. Konay is definitely a force on the inside, 16-3 Mitty. And off the miss, Jimmy Warher is right there for the putback, and the Padres pull within 2 in the second quarter. After the half, Sarah kept momentum on their side. Trevor Brown connects with Jake Killingsworth for the triple, 26-25 Padres. Killingsworth decides to shoot again, and he hits nothing but net to give his squad a 6-point lead. Mitty got going to start the fourth. SJSU bound Dakari Monroe puts it in the hands of Konay, and he makes the Padres pay. He knocks down the free throw to knot the game up at 33, but Sarah answers right back. Jimmy Warher with 14 points in the fourth quarter, 39-36 Padres. With less than a minute left in the game, Nick LaBruna knocks down this crucial free throw to send the game into overtime. Tied at 48 in OT, Mitchell Newman, my future co-host, knows just the right person to give it to. Konay with 2 of his 27. Monarchs take a 50-48 lead. However, Warher had ice in his veins. He hits from downtown, and Sarah takes a 51-50 lead. And to cap things off, Frank Lemos knocks down the turnaround jumper, and Sarah gets the hard-fought victory 55-52, and will face WCL rival St. Francis in the championship. Highlights later in the show. Each week, we take you inside Cal High sports with athletes who are outstanding for a variety of reasons.
Reporter Jack Washer is here now with the story of 2 BMX riders who are tearing up the track.
That's right. BMX is more than just riding around a track looking to finish ahead of the other racers competing against you. And 2 Bay Area riders echo that sentiment each time the light turns green.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
It's the most anxious moments for a rider, getting set to rush off the gates. This is nothing new for Kenny Cross, a 15-year-old boy drawn to the bike as soon as he could take his first step.
I just loved bikes all around, been riding bikes since I was able to walk.
Ashley Cohn's beginnings as a rider came from pestering her dad until she couldn't take it anymore. She had to take matters into her own hands.
After a while, then I tried to bug him, and you know, I'm a girl, so he's like, no, you can't race. And then finally I kind of went on the track and then been doing it for 10 years ever since.
The sport didn't come easy. Hardships followed both racers as they tried to reach the front of the pack. Recently, though, they found the front, both of them placing at nationals this past year, and once they got there, they didn't let go.
I just think about like when I win, and I think about that feeling once I win, and so I just keep training and training and training, so I get that feeling every time I cross the finish line.
Just staying up consistently, always on the bike, always in the gym every morning. The motivation to get up at 6 o'clock and go to the gym.
With Kenny, he blends in with the other riders, but not Ashley. It's rare to see a girl rider, but being one of the few girls at the track has its perks.
See, my feeling is when you beat all the boys, you're kind of just like, oh, yep, that's right, a girl just beat you. So it's just an amazing feeling to beat all of them.
And while winning is the #1 priority for both of these stars, their love to ride overcomes any success, a separate world where they rule.
It really helps me just forget about everything throughout the day. I know I could look forward to a track night on a Tuesday like today and just forget about everything else that happened.
On this Tuesday in Santa Clara, waiting at the starting gate, the adrenaline rush, and friends beside them, there's nothing better. And that's what keeps Kenny and Ashley coming back each day.
The team and the whole family here, we're all family.
Both of these riders, just incredible. I mean, just looking down this, top 10 winning. I mean, they're just incredible. And, it was fun being out there.
Yeah, very fun sport. Thanks, Jack.
All right, you can get all sorts of information throughout the week on our social media sites. We have all sorts of video elements on the YouTube site, and we are blowing up on Twitter. We are at Cal High Sports BA, now over 8,100 followers. You can win prizes and get direct links to YouTube videos.
And remember, you can buy full game videos from any game you see on the show tonight. These are great for your highlight reels with awesome court-level video shots that really impress college coaches. Order yours now on our website at calhighsportsbayarea.com. Tonight we premiere a new feature on the show where May Industries honors a team of excellence that is doing great work, just like the commercial construction work being done for more than 40 years by May Industries. This week's May Industries team of excellence is the soccer team from Richmond High School. As we showed you earlier, the Oilers won the NCS soccer title this past week, their first title in 21 years. The Oilers are not only excellent on the field, but in the classroom with a 3.35 cumulative GPA. Congratulations to the Richmond Oilers, this week's May Industries team of excellence. Coming up, the CCS Open Division title game, it's Sarah and St. Francis next.
And the girls' title game from the Oakland League on Cal High Sports Bay Area, the #1 high school sports show in the nation.
At Club Sports San Jose at Silver Creek Sportsplex, a healthier you is just a few steps away. Because when you exercise, you feel stronger, happier, and energized. Keep motivated with the latest group fitness classes, functional training, and signature member experience that has earned Best Health Club awards year after year. With expert training staff, the latest in fitness technology, and a bright, spacious setting, you'll find the space and support you need to live well. Call today for a tour and a complimentary trial.
The Pinnacle program at Rikers Center for Human Enhancement is an elite system designed for aspiring college-bound and college-level athletes. Pinnacle training includes Olympic lifting and explosive strength training, movement analysis with video feedback, force plate analysis, high-speed treadmills, flume for deloading and recovery, post-physical therapy protocols, and elite internationally credentialed coaches. You got goals? Then come to the Rikers Center.
I'm a hot babe out jogging. I'm out making sure this stays a 10 when you drive by. You're checking out my awesome headband when... Oops. That's when you find out your cut rate insurance, it ain't paying for this. So get Allstate. Save cash and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
In Alameda, call me, Asa Noble.
In Saratoga, see me, Dave Gragnola, and...
Go Falcons!
Hi, I'm Nor Vogel. You can call me in Los Altos or in Campbell.
This is Dr. Michael Miklich of Muir Orthopedic Specialists on the sideline with the Monte Vista High School Mustangs. And you're watching Cal High Sports Bay Area.
The CCS Open Division featured the top teams from the section battling to see which team could be called the very best in the CCS. It came down to two teams from the West Catholic League, Sarah and St. Francis.
Yes, the teams finished with identical league records at the top of the league, and we're meeting for not one, not two, but the third time this season. This game was so huge, it's our CCS Togo's monster game, and Robert was there.
Monster game. Yeah.
Tonight's Open Division game features the St. Francis Lancers against the Sarah Padres. St. Francis will have their big man Peter Hewitt, who's going to be tough for Sarah to handle, so it'll be this young man right here, Trevor Brown, who will have to take care of Peter Hewitt. Thank you, Trevor, for joining us here tonight. On the other side, Jimmy Warr had a terrific game against Mitty, a great fourth quarter. He's going to have to score big for the Padres again tonight. For Sarah to get past a little jinx, the Padres have lost their last 6 times in a row here in this building. Can the Padres beat the jinx and beat the Lancers? We'll see in tonight's Togo's Monster Game. This one a defensive low-scoring contest. The Padres get on the board first as Trevor Brown hits the reverse, but St. Francis diving to the floor for the loose ball. It goes to Noah Stapes with a behind-the-back dribble, and it's Breezy for Threezy to give the Lancers an early lead. More St. Francis in the first as Joe Mahanovich drives hard into the lane and finishes. It's a 6-point Lancer lead. Back comes Sarah. Christopher Favetti, a nice backdoor bounce pass to Jeremiah Testa. Now Testa driving, then tossing it out to Jimmy War for 3, and Jimmy nails it to give Sarah a 1-point lead. Second half now, and Testa is getting fancy as he drives to the rack and finishes. Frank Lemos got bashed in the nose early, but here he is nailing another 3 for Sarah, and it's a 28-22 lead. But the Lancers battle back, and Curtis Witt was the main reason why. He sidesteps a defender and fires for 3, and then Witt working hard to get free, firing a wild fadeaway shot, and it goes! The Lancers were up by 1. Sarah with the last second shot. It goes to the corner. The shot is off, but a foul is called. So Jay Killingsworth, who got 20 stitches after getting an elbow in the last game, comes up and calmly hits all 3, and Sarah goes on to win it by 2. The Padres winning their 6th section title. Killingsworth saying after the game that even with the huge crowd and all the intensity and a section title on the line, there was no pressure at all.
I try not to think about any of that, just kind of focus on the rim. It's just like me in an empty gym. I mean, that's all it was.
Yeah, these guys are big, they're a lot taller than us, but we got a lot of heart, we're gritty, we did what it took to win, we wanted this, and we did it, we accomplished our goal.
Big matchup here as we visit in on the Oakland League Girls Championship game, Oakland Tech versus Oakland. Oak Tech with the ball first, and it's Elijah Woolridge with the crossover as she'll finish, and we stick with the Bulldogs early. Nyla Kate up to Ariane Abraham, and it's 11-8 Tech. Now we'll take a look at Oakland as Kiana Bandy barrels toward the hoop. It's up and good for the Wildcat captain. Then it's Yajadi Spearman on the break, finishing by herself, 30-19 Oakland Tech at this point. But right before the halftime buzzer, kick it out to Jeannie Lewis and watch her work 3 at the horn, and it's a 3-point dog lead. On to the second, and Donay Taylor passes to Woolridge for more points. Good ball movement for OT in this one, but no ball movement needed on this one. Elisa Clemens hard to the rim, and she'll make it 35 all. Lots of back and forth in this one. In the fourth quarter, Lauren Tramiel passes to Bendy, and Bendy once again is good. Tech will return the fire though. Entry pass to Hidea Owens, and that's a mismatch. Easy post move gives the Dogs a 5-point lead. Then here's the nail. Clemens driving dish to Taylor, and that's going to do it as Oakland Tech takes the OAL championship 58-50. Your final as Woolridge leads with 19.
The starters from both Lowell and Lincoln meeting at center court, showing some great sportsmanship before the tip-off to the action. The Cardinals feeling it early. Tiffany Lowe kicking it to Madison Toy, and Toy will drain the long ball. Cards in front 5-0. The Mustangs chipping away here. Check out Angie Wong's handles, shaking and baking her way to the hoop with not one but 2 crossovers. She finishes in traffic. It's 11-8. Lowell going back to work. Allison Liu driving the paint, pulling the defense, and then kicking it to a wide-open Brandy Wong on the baseline. She nails the tray, and the lead is back to 6 for Lowell. Lincoln showing off its range as well as Yasmin Jimenez sinks the 3-pointer, making it just a 3-point game. But the Lowell Cardinals putting the pedal to the metal as Lou finds Francesca Baldwin, and Baldwin knocks this one down, 37-29 Lowell Cardinals. And then it's Lowell's Lou again, this time keeping it herself with a nice crossover, pulling up in the lane as the Lowell Cardinals go on to win it, claiming their 6th straight San Francisco section title, their 19th overall. Toy and Lou leading the way for the victorious Cardinals.
Synergy Environmental Solutions cleans up environmental hazards, asbestos, mold, and all the dirty work for Bay Area schools, corporations, and homes. So each week, Synergy honors the athletes who do the dirty work on the field. This week, doing the dirty work is JT Carlson from San Ramon Valley. The San Ramon Valley sophomore for the Wolves was awesome in net all game long, but especially in overtime where he makes the spectacular save to send it into penalty kicks, where he makes another great save to give the Wolves the Division I title. JT Carlson doing the dirty work just like Synergy Environmental Solutions. Coming up, the Oakland League title game with McClymonds taking on Fremont.
But first, here is this week's Allstate Insurance Top 10 Basketball Poll.
Cal High Sports Bay Area is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By the Del Gran Dealer Group. Go to dgdg.com and be a happy car buyer. By Wingstop, bring more flavor to your big event with Wingstop, the wing expert. By Club Sport Fitness at the Silver Creek Sportsplex. Visit clubsport.com for a 3-day trial pass. By Catering by 5, outstanding meals for your next party wherever it is. Catering by 5, High Five Pizza, and High Five at the Plex. And by Tony and Alba's Pizza and Pasta. Come check out our sports event packages.
Back at the Plex with a title game from the Oakland section where the McClymonds Warriors won the regular season title with Coach Mo back at the helm.
Mac taking on a Fremont team that was the only team to beat Mac during the league season this year. Could the Tigers do it again with the title on the line? Here are the highlights. Getting crazy in Oakland, Fremont doing the crazy dance to get pumped up before the game. Now on to the action, and the action starts with McClymonds. Point guard Donald Howard pulls up and pops, and then it's Fremont's Jordan Phils with the dribble step back, which looks oh so pretty. Fremont also with the pretty jerseys. I'm liking those. And I'm also liking this, Mike Walker to Trayvon Silas, and he brings down the hammer. Great looking oop there. Third quarter, McClymonds up 10, but Fremont fighting back. Deontay Kennedy to Malik Candler. Then Deontay Kennedy takes matters into his own hands. Reverse layup makes it a 40-33 Mac lead. Mac to the Warriors as Malik Smith slides in the lane and finds Trayvon Silas for 2 more, and it's an 8-point lead, but Fremont wouldn't go away. Jordan Phils inside to Sean Stitt, and Sean would heat up late in the game. The Warriors not showing any let-up, though. Howard again with the rock, dealing to Mike Wright. 13 for Big Mike in this game. Then it's Wright again, this time at the defensive end, sticking with his man. He nets the block in the final minutes, and the Warriors will hold on for another section title. Howard over to Damari Reed, who puts the game out of reach, 59-51 the final, as McClymonds takes home the big trophy. Walker and Reed pitch in with 12 points each.
NCSD 1 final game between Pittsburgh and Berkeley. Off the inbounds, it's Adora Buds to a cutting Savanya Kuka for the easy 2. And then it's Kuka feeding the post and finding Ashari Shakir for 2 as Pitt cuts the Berkeley lead to 2. Under a minute to go in the half, this is Jamone Welch-Coleman, 5-5, but plays a lot bigger, and 1, and that helped Berkeley grab a 7-point lead at the half. Third quarter, it's Maya Jacobs with a steal, and she strolls in for the lay-in for the Berkeley Yellow Jackets. Pitt hanging tough. It's Kuka with a tough off-balance shot. She finished with 17 points on the night. But Welch-Coleman would take over this game off a screen. Welch-Coleman nailing the trifecta, finishing with a game-high 25 points on the night. And then Welch-Coleman throws it ahead to Jacobs, hitting the runner in the lane as Berkeley goes up 43-34. And then Welch-Coleman again playing distributor, gets into the lane and finds Zena Vane Foreman for 2, and the Berkeley Yellow Jackets under head coach Cheryl Draper win the NCSD 1 title off a great performance by Welch-Coleman, helping Berkeley to a 54-47 win.
The play of the week is just moments away, but for now we found a play that made everyone happy in our DGDG.com Be Happy play. In overtime in the CCS Open Division semifinal, winner advances to the final game. The Sarah Padres knocked down the insurance basket and then managed to hold off their WCAL rival in the closing seconds, and they are very happy about it in this week's Be Happy play. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the play of the week. It might be this play, but you have to wait to find out.
But first, here's this week's training tip from our good friends at the Rikus Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Andrew. Today's training tip of the week is the triple extension. This exercise is a great exercise for all beginning athletes in an explosive sport. So what Jordan here is going to do, he's going to sit down in a triple flex position, hips back, knees bent, knees flat, feet flat. He's going to extend up onto his toes. Go ahead. Coming back right back down. Okay. This is a very explosive position. Again, it's very good for all beginning athletes, basketball players, football players, volleyball players, everybody.
The winner of the play of the week will receive a letter jacket patch and an invitation to our end of the season awards banquet at EA Sports May 18th.
It is the event of the year in high school sports. Robert's dog Cosmo will even be there.
What?
Yeah, he's coming.
He'd love to.
Yes, absolutely. Here it is, the play of the week.
Play of the week.
Sarah and Jimmy Warher had a good week. Jimmy with 14 points in the fourth quarter in this clutch 3 to advance his team to the finals. Anthony Porter from Mission is fancy schmancy with the reverse layup. Armani Hall takes this one coast to coast for the one-handed slam-a-jamma. Stephen, me too. Happy belated birthday, Klay Thompson. I mean, Stephen could not miss in the third. He not only drains the three, but turns it into a 4-point play. Gabby Bade doing something similar from Pinewood. She hits from downtown while falling back. Bade also gets 4 out of the deal. The McClymonds Warriors, also known as your OAL champs, Mike Walker recovers the ball, takes it down court, and finishes with an alley-oop to Trayvon Silas. And we have arrived at this week's play of the week, and it is something special. I mean, really special. Alaris Gonzalez for Mitty boots the ball 51 yards to the back of the net, and in the words of her head coach JT Hanley, we would be crazy not to give this the play of the week. Alaris, you're coming to the banquet.
That's the play of the week, and that's Cal High Sports Bay Area for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Marissa Levis. Be sure to join us next week when we meet one of the top hurdlers in the nation, and she's only a junior. We'll see you then.